What's up, manga fans? This is Rafael from C Manga, and I'm here to give you a review of this week's chapter of Bleach 568, Here Fear, Here 2. Now, about this chapter, I'm not very sure what to think about it. I have very mixed thoughts, and to be honest, they're mostly kind of disappointed thoughts rather than positive thoughts. I mean, Rukia is one of my favorite characters, and if, the ending of this chapter is exactly what it means, well, then I feel like the last two chapters and her training in the royal realm was for no reason, and she was just used as a plot device for, Byakuya's triumphant return. And this is why I said I'm conflicted, because Rukia is my favorite character, one of them, and also Byakuya. So it's like I'm pleased to see him return, but disappointed that Rukia might possibly be overshadowed and she won't get to finish this fight, which she definitely deserves to. The girl is powered up now, and most of her fights in the past have always been like, she barely wins, except for obviously the one shot she did to D-Roy, that Aranka. But as I said, I'm obviously upset that Ryaku's interfered whatsoever, so I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and just see what happens next time. Maybe Rukia will say this is my fight, and Byakuya will just stand aside, which I highly doubt, because it seems like this is literally going down the path which I mentioned before, how Bankai users are going to fight the person who stole their Bankai. So it seems like that might not happen, or there will be a tag team, which seems obviously also unlikely. So I don't know what to think, but my third theory was this is an illusion for both of them, and Byakuya's not actually there, and somehow the dome with the eyes has been broken. And I don't know. That's why I said I'm really confused what to think. I'm just gonna wait till next week, and then I'll give my real thoughts on it in terms of whether I'm disappointed or pleased or not. So yeah, other than that, I would say the chapter was decent in terms of the artwork and the reveal of Asnot's Volstendig. Yeah, he really did look scary when his thing came off. He looked disgusting. It kind of reminded me of something from The Grudge, or like one of the creatures from God of War. He had that very weird demonic kind of look going on, and his Tartaphorus Volstendig looked very similar to Ukura's second resurrection form. So yeah, he definitely has the fear factor down quite well, and it was really impressive in terms of design. What peed me off was it's definitely overpowered. It is a hacks in my opinion. I mean, you look at the guy and you're frozen. That just seems so unfair. So to all the people that keep saying, "Oh, Rukia is nothing, Rukia is crap," all this, all that crap, it's not fair, because think about it. She hasn't gone down. She's done much better than most captains and vice captains have done against the Volsunde, and she's using the Shikai and she's managed to damage him. So I think it's unfair. It was an unfair matchup when it came down to when he released his monster dick. So yeah, I think people should ease up on saying, "Oh, Rukia is still useless." She was never useless before. She was just written in a way that she has to struggle for her fights. But this time she's powered up, and she owned Asnot in the first part of this fight and did quite well. So I just definitely think, as I said, this whole hacks power was unfair, and it's going to be very interesting to see if Rukia does take over this fight. What exactly is he going to do to deal with that? Because you can't look at him unless he's going to cut his eyes out off and fight him blind. So I don't know. Another thing I found great, interesting, was the Rukia returning her body temperature down slowly, and it made it more realistic. And obviously how dangerous the power was that she had to do it gradually, or she would damage and rip apart her muscle tissues, which obviously would be very painful and stupid. So yeah, it's basically she's saying she needs more training, and we even see a cut on her finger where it seems like she assuming that she's gone over the 4-second mark and could have obviously severely damaged or frozen her. So yeah, that's hinting at how powerful the technique is, but obviously the side effects to it. So yeah, that was a bit interesting, because it kind of brought the power down to earth, instead of, oh yeah, she can just freeze herself and there's no repercussions for it. And yeah, as I said, that's pretty much all I can think about in this chapter. Was obviously, the Rukia was under the tried her best to fight the fear. When she even tried closing her eyes, obviously, and it didn't help because he's saying that as not saying that even if you close your eyes, your fears that you've had in the past will come up and overcome the fears that overcome your happiest memories. And the memory she had was obviously happy memories she had with Ichigo, Byakuya, and Orihime, and she tried as much as she could to use them as a defense mechanism. But even they started to black out, and then that worked against her. So in the end, it didn't work out, and then she started to shout or scream out. And I'm assuming she was probably gonna do a Byakuya and lash out and get herself hurt. So it's in a way it's a good thing Byakuya did stop her, but at the same time, I'm just disappointed that someone's interfered with her fight. Renji got to deal with his fight alone, so I wanted Rukia to deal with her fight alone. Even if she continues this fight and beats Asnot, she still had to have an assistant, to assist her in this fight. So yeah, that's why I said that's my main disappointment. I wanted to see her fight someone powerful, one on one, mano a mano. That's it, her done. And as I said, yeah, that's what I feel like was the main thing that disappointed me about that. So the only thing I can hope for is that this is a like the Zomori fight when she obviously beat the Knight for Sparta, and then she collapsed, and then Byakuya came, and he had all eyes, and it's a similar thing. Then she was controlled. Maybe it will be a parallel where she doesn't need help because she hasn't gone down, which is good, and she hasn't been hurt or cut. So yeah, maybe, as I said, it could be a troll thing Kubo's doing, making us think she's been saved and this fight's going to be taken over, but really and truly it's not, and then she'll deal with it herself. And also, I'm still hoping, on the theory that she has a bunker and she's going to reveal it. So even if it's not now, and then she doesn't deal with the fight, I'm expecting to see her bunker before the manga ends. She definitely has one. She did train in with the freaking Royal Guard, the Zero Squad, so come on, we can expect that. But yeah, that's all I can say about this chapter. So not very impressed with that interruption. I just hope that this is really a troll from Kubo, and we see that Rukia is going to be able to do this next time. If not, we'll just see what happens. So as I said, I'm happy that she got to show some of her power last time, but this interference was not needed. So anyway, that's all I can say about the chapter. The usual, guys. If you want to leave any opinions or comments, leave them in the comment box below. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content, and I'll speak to you guys next week.